Hey guys, so today I'm making a video for you debunking popular breastfeeding and formula feeding myths. I want to start off this video by saying that I am a proud breastfeeding mama, but I am not here to shame anybody else or make you feel bad if you're a formula feeding mother or parent. Everything is amazing no matter how you choose to feed your child. Breastfeeding, bottle feeding, whether it's pumped milk, formula, tube fed, donor milk, it doesn't matter. We're all amazing, and that's just how you chose to feed your child. And yeah, all right, let's jump into it. Myth number 1. Formula and breast milk are basically the same thing. Okay, so this could not be farther from the truth. Breast milk is obviously going to be perfect for your child because it was made specifically for that child. The composition of breast milk and the composition of formula are completely different. Formula is cow's milk, dehydrated cow's milk, broken down somewhat to help the baby be able to digest it. There are 2 parts to milk. There's the whey and the casein. Breast milk has a lot more whey than casein, and formula has a lot more casein than whey. So casein is the protein in the milk, and it's very, very hard for the baby to digest. Formula is broken down and all of this stuff to make it easier for the baby to digest, but a lot of babies have issues with digesting formula because of the casein. Sorry if I keep looking down. I have a notepad with notes on it for the video, so I apologize. I am a very firm believer in that the breast is best. That doesn't mean that the breast is best for everybody and every situation, or that it fits every situation perfectly or easily or anything like that. But when it comes to nutrition, the breast is the best thing that you can give your baby nutritionally, hands down. Myth number 2. Formula-fed babies can be lactose intolerant and therefore would not be able to drink breast milk. Let me explain something very quickly. Lactose intolerance is completely different than a protein intolerance. Lactose intolerance is not developed until the child is, late child, early adolescent years. The reason why some babies have issues with digesting formula is because of the protein in the formula. They're allergic to the type of protein because it's completely and totally structurally different than breast milk. I mean, when you think about it, you're giving your baby powdered cow's milk. It's completely different than breast milk. If you were to give a baby that is allergic to its formula breast milk, it would be able to drink breast milk. Breastfed babies can also have dietary issues with the breast milk from what the mother is consuming. I actually know a woman who has 3 beautiful children. She breastfed her first 2 fine, and then the 3rd was born, and right off the get he had horrible allergies to pretty much everything she was eating. So she had to cut dairy and gluten out of her diet and still continue to breastfeed. So rock on to those mamas who are dealing with dietary issues, because I can only imagine how much of a pain in the butt that is for you. Myth number 3. Just because the doctor says it's safe or okay means it's safe or okay. This is definitely not true. I don't know, you can call me crazy, you can call me a conspiracy theorist or what have you, but I do not like doctors, I do not like anything pharmaceutical. I'm against all of that because I feel like nowadays they just want to pad their pockets and that's it. I want to talk to y'all about thalidomide. Thalidomide was actually a nausea medication prescribed to pregnant women for morning sickness back in the 60s, I want to say, and it caused horrible birth defects like dwarfed limbs and all kinds of stuff. It was horrible. There's actually a lawsuit going on as well right now for Zofran, I believe, that is causing heart defects in babies. I feel like a doctor is working for the pharmaceutical companies anyway. The doctor is going to want to push his product. What is his product? Medicine. They prescribe certain types of formula now for babies for different things, and I don't really deal too much with doctors, so I'm not sure how persistent they are in wanting women to formula feed. But I know that a lot of the times, if a woman does not have proper support or information or what have you, that she will feel like something is going not to par when it actually is completely fine, and a doctor might be very quick to be like, oh, well, you need to switch your baby to formula, this type of formula, that'll solve that problem, or, you know, you don't think they're getting enough to eat, here's some formula, like, you know what I'm saying. So, bottom line, don't let a doctor convince you that something is or isn't okay just because he said it is or isn't okay. It does not mean that that is actually how it is. I'm actually going to put a link down below for you guys. I really think that you should check it out. It's an article all about what's really in infant formula. So please give it a look. It's number 4. Formula feeding moms are less of a mom or less loving moms than breastfeeding moms. That is completely and totally not true. Whether it's for lack of information, lack of support, or the fact that, I mean, maybe you just didn't really want to breastfeed at all, and that is completely and totally your choice, and you don't have to justify that to anybody. And again, I'm not trying to make anybody feel less than or whatnot for their choices at all whatsoever. Yeah, nobody should make you feel bad for your choice. Number 5, breastfeeding always hurts. The majority of the time, I feel like when you talk to a woman about her experience with breastfeeding, she'll tell you that within the first, 2 weeks, it really, really hurt. It was very, very painful and whatnot. And yes, it can be. With Logan, it was very difficult. He was premature. He was 5 pounds. I was heavy back then, so my boobs were ginormous. So trying to get my nipple in his mouth was very hectic. I had to wear a nipple shield for the first few weeks. I got pretty frustrated with that because I had to keep finding it in the middle of the night to feed him and wash it and all of this. So after the first couple weeks, we did away with that and he latched on, and I actually got mastitis twice and a yeast infection in my breast within the first 2 months of breastfeeding him. So it can be crazy. It can be difficult, definitely. Breastfeeding is not easy for some people, and if you really, really want to do it, you just got to do it. You got to convince yourself that there is no other option. You are going to breastfeed because it can be hectic sometimes. Now, on the flip side of that, when I was pregnant with Ronan, I read an article about how breastfeeding doesn't have to hurt, and I was like, whatever, yeah, right. But I had Ronan, and he latched on, and it was perfect. I mean, I did a lot of researching, mind you, when I was pregnant with Ronan about, just how to get the perfect latch and all of this and breastfeeding and what have you. So I was very, very up to par with my research and stuff like that. So when I had him, it was a perfect fit. No pain. Absolutely no pain when nursing. I never experienced pain. So it doesn't have to hurt. It can, but it does not always hurt, and the perfect latch positioning and everything really, really does matter. Myth number 6, breastfeeding babies need water too. Now, I actually saw something on, I think, Facebook like a week ago or something about a couple who was actually going to prison for diluting the breast milk with water of their baby, and apparently the baby died of malnutrition or something like that. So I've actually had somebody ask me if we give Ronan water, and it kind of baffled me, to be honest. If you think about it, how would a baby in the wild get water or stay hydrated? Let me break this down for you really quick. Breast milk is composed of 2 different parts, the hind milk and the foremilk. The hind milk, or the foremilk, is the milk that is in the beginning of the feeding. It's very, very watery in consistency because it's made so very much of water. Now, when the baby has nursed a little while and the milk has let down, you'll notice that the milk actually gets very thick and creamy, and that is the hind milk. That is where all the fat and the good stuff is. Not to say that there's not good stuff in the fore milk, but the hind milk, you really, really want to make sure they get the hind milk. That's why they say to make sure to empty your breasts at, you know, every feeding to avoid infection and to make sure they get that fatty hind milk. So they get plenty of hydration from all the milk, but especially the fore milk. Alright guys, so that is it with this video. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe learned something. I want to try and make my videos as informational as possible so that people actually get something out of the video. So let me know if you enjoyed it. Like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. I am getting ready to make another video. It is going to be the 3 most common reasons why women choose to formula feed. So keep a lookout for that. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Me. Bye-bye.
Bye.